commenting like that? Who?
It's been a week since the last episode. Let's chill, rock normal, smoke some weed. Press play, watch YouTube.
Of all the European knights, which civilization had the strongest? Well, the Knights of Germany.
Fuck off, you stupid ads.
This man has been fighting me to the end.
Some merch available at newscapepro.com.
Oh dear, this is not good. Not good at all.
Fret not, sisters. This may be the opportunity we've been waiting for.
Experiments?
Yes, I believe it is time for some science.
Good evening. I am Dr. Buck. You've been selected to receive this briefing on SCP-1765 in advance of your transfer to Site-37. SCP-1765 is the collective designation for a group of 3 semi-corporeal entities, typically manifesting as humanoid figures with distinct individual personalities. Each of these manifestations is capable of speech, although some are more articulate than others. SCP-1765's activity is currently limited to the confines of Area 37, which is considered its effective containment zone. A defensive perimeter has been established around Area 37 according to standard Telemachus protocol. Due to SCP-1765's complete infestation of Area 37, it is to be considered a Type 4 corporeally unstable territory, and all Foundation personnel inside are to be considered effectively lost. In the event that SCP-1765's activity spreads, the on-site nuclear devices stored in Area 37 may be activated with the authorization of O5 Command. SCP-1765 was first introduced to Area 37 following a successful raid by Foundation forces on a Serpent's Hand cell located in the nearby city of Rockford. Several suspected anomalous artifacts, as well as
So good. Drink driving.
Fuck off,
or
ad.
Some traders are like hawks. They can spot an opportunity miles away and catch it at the...
as 15 captured Serpent's Hand operatives were retrieved and brought back to Area 37, an isolated facility specializing in the initial storage of such items. A small wooden loom, an enamel needle, and a glass eye, all 3 instances of SCP-1765 appeared and addressed the attendant personnel, Researcher Greg. This conversation was recorded by the testing chamber's monitoring system.
Greetings, esteemed members of the Foundation. We come to you with auspicious news.
Aye, you'll be right pleased, you will. Hello.
What the hell?
Pardon, sir. I'll be with you in a moment. Sisters, I thought we have agreed to let me do the introductions. You are embarrassing us.
Oh, golly, go on then, we'll be quiet.
Apologies. Yes, as I was saying, greetings. We are pleased to finally be able to make your acquaintance. We have observed your organization for quite some time. Indeed, we have observed a great many, and out of them all, you stood out like a shining beacon of progress in a dark sea. Well done.
We are so very proud.
Congratulations.
When someone gets secured...
this conversation, all 3 instances of SCP-1765 began to move rapidly throughout Area 37. As the SCP continued circling the complex, several events were noticed which have been associated with reality-bending phenomena. SCP-1765 eventually ceased this pattern, presumably because Area 37 had become unstable enough to suit the parameters of their planned experimentation. At the conclusion of this process, security footage revealed that Area 37 was divided into 4 distinct sections, and its personnel were divided between them according to SCP-1765's location at the time of the event. The smallest of the sections, Section A, was the least changed by any experimentation taking place within it, are associated with SCP-1765-3. Regardless of the section an experiment takes place in, SCP-1765 will seek to provide the Foundation with high-quality video and audio feeds documenting it. This data is transferred to the nearest compatible Foundation server through currently unknown means. Footage will also often contain recorded notes by the supervising instance of SCP-1765. The following is a description of notable experiments performed by instances of SCP-1765. For this experiment, Section B mostly retained its original form, other than the occasional structural shifts caused by reconstitution events as a result of the experiment. Test subjects are brought into Area 37 Sports Center from an unknown location and are each given a wrench, a ruler, a brown paper pad, and a ballpoint pen. Subjects are then instructed by SCP-1765-1 to closely examine the sports center's plumbing system and to measure the exact length of each pipe and the angle in which it is connected to other pipes. This process takes between 10 and 12 hours due to the size of the sports center. Before it can be completed, however, Section B begins a reconstitution event, causing the plumbing system to be completely rearranged and rendering all work previously done moot. Test subjects are then instructed to begin again. The process repeats itself 459 times before the experiment concludes.
Following yesterday's somewhat disappointing expedition to Olympus Mons, I have decided to attempt something less taxing on my test subjects, which are thus far proving to be both physically unimpressive and morally lacking. This simple examination of repeating sensory input and the manner in which it can be connected to other primal reactions to the point of overload should prove both useful to you and within my test subjects' rather limited capability. Finally, a proof that even if we try to learn from experience, that attempt is ultimately pointless, since once life passes you by, you'll just have to learn everything all over again. That's useful knowledge, children. I do hope you are paying attention.
A whole lot of MailChimp smarts, meaning more sales.
For this experiment, Section C took the appearance of a football stadium, with test subjects appearing in 2 teams around the 50-yard line. Notably, the goalposts were removed and replaced with concrete bunkers. The teams were then subjected to a series of team-building activities that required them to work together to reach the bunkers on either end of the field. During these phases of the experiment, test subjects were met with a variety of obstacles, including dynamically shifting terrain, mechanical death devices, and hooded figures throwing fiery projectiles. It should be noted that, regardless of any initial success, all phases of the experiment resulted in the deaths of the participants. The following research log was submitted by SCP-1765-2.
I saw the kiddies were having a bad time with that double date thing we did, so I thinks to myself, smile! Kiddies today don't go for romance no more, it's too slow for them. They want excitement, sweat and explosions and sports. So I got a few old friends of mine and they were happy to help, weren't they, Just? What was the name of the tall one with the rose? Adam? Or was it John? Can't remember, but I know he just loves the football. He sure had a grand old time, even with the burning and the crashing and all.
begins when Site Director Elijah enters Area 37's main containment vault. On a table at the center of the vault are 2 tubs of ice cream, one pistachio flavored, the other passion fruit flavored. Site Director Elijah is instructed by SCP-1765-3 to choose. Site Director Elijah then chooses the pistachio flavored ice cream and leaves the room. At this point, the footage blurs and the unchosen tub of ice cream is inexplicably replaced with a different flavor. Site Director Elijah re-enters the vault and is again instructed to choose. The process repeats itself, with each unpicked tub replaced by a different flavor, including Meerkat Marshmallow Madness, Tranquility, That Shoe You Always Liked, God's Wrath, and... This message is the only form of analysis we have received from SCP-1765-3.
Delicious.
Foundation scientists are trying to make sense of the data produced by SCP-1765. Currently, very little rhyme or reason can be made of the experiments they conduct. In my personal opinion, they are little more than children playing with powers beyond our wildest comprehension. The data contained in this presentation has been marked Level 4 Top Secret. Dissemination of this data is strictly prohibited.
What else should I watch?
They want to open fire, huh? Not a problem. Watch this.
Yo, you see that up there, bro? What is that?
What the
Hey, it's
hell is that?
Yo, I think someone's in the road. Should we check it
Oh
out?
my god. I think they're
Hell out of the car. I ain't doing that.
going on here. Hello? Oh my...
It's a what?
What? Oh my god, it's a zombie! It's a zombie! Oh my...
It's a what? Oh shit. What the
Feeling of contentness. That's my dream. So I try to make sure that my bedroom is as peaceful as possible so when I come back into that life part, I can come at it with the most energy that I can.
Fuck off.
Hello, it's me, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with some more 5M, and today we are doing the ultimate freaking video. So guys, today we're playing as Savitar. We have the ultimate powers. We're the god of speed. Now we're going to go ahead and stop someone. So there seems like someone is basically invading the city, and we need to stop them. I know a lot of you guys are going to go ahead and go in the comments and be like, oh, Savitar is a bad guy. He's not supposed to be stopping people from committing crime. Trust me, I have a plan. After I stop this bad guy, I have a plan of my own. Oh my god, what the hell's going on? I have a plan of my own that I'm going to go ahead and execute, but I need to take care of this guy before I can go ahead and execute my own damn plan. So let's go ahead and get things moving. I hear cop sirens. I think they should be around here. By the way, make sure you guys go ahead and join my server, Mafia vs. Police. If you are into roleplay and all that, we have superhero roleplay and stuff going on the server. It's pretty dope. Just join the Discord and apply. It should be a very simple process, but let's go ahead and get this. Ooh, I don't want people to see me. Alright, let's go ahead and jump on the roof here, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can find this beast of a thing. Let's just run up the thing, I guess, and keep going. I want to go up to the pier and see if I can find that thing at the pier, because that could be a possibility of the thing being in there. So we'll just go to the pier. There was a report of this guy being up here last. I maybe have to actually find this guy by Twitter. So I just tweeted out that if anyone's seen this thing in the city, we can go ahead and take care of him. So hopefully someone has seen this guy, so that way we can go ahead and deal with him accordingly. Alright, meanwhile, I'm gonna just go ahead and run. Oh god, that's a cop. That's a cop. Shit. I might be screwed. Oh god, that was a freaking cop. Okay, I got, it got all messed up there. But I saw something. Saw freaking something. Oh, that thing is here. Oh, that is it. That's the thing. Dude, it's right freaking there. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of it. Let me see what this guy's gonna do. I want to see what he's doing. Okay, the cops are freaking scared of him, but I want to go close and see what this thing looks like. Oh my god. It is huge, dude. It is huge. Okay. So we'll go ahead and go up to the cop and talk to him and see what we can do.
Officer. Oh! Not my car, please. Not my car. Who are you?
What are you?
Guys.
What the hell are you?
That cop is gonna die. He can't even hit the thing. Oh god.
My God.
Oh god.
I am the god of speed. Stop.
What?
Don't. Sabotage.
What the shit? Stupid AIs. Okay. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. So I decided to see how much money I could earn in 7 days in
Fuck
an
off, you
online
stupid
casino
piece of
or
shit ad.
What the hell? What the hell is this? Hey, buddy.
Let's do something.
Lou, can you do it?
I promise you. Do not come back.
Alright, we got that civilian saved. Don't worry, I know I am being a good guy, but I'm gonna take care of all this. I'm gonna kill every single person soon. You guys will find out what I do. What the hell? Okay, there's someone tweeting out. Are they filming a movie in Delphi? Look at this. The liquor store. Okay. These guys think that there's a movie going on. I can't even freaking go near it. Bro.
There it is. There this creature is.
I won't kill you.
At this point, this dude is just freaking playing around with everything, honestly. So, oh god! Oh my god!
Listen to me. This is not.
Freaking hypnotizes cops by to be killed me.
Check if he's dead or not. Alright, shoot him.
What the hell? Why? Hey, I should just get up and run away.
Hey, officer, what are you doing? What are you doing, officer? Cease fire, cease fire. He's the good one. Hey, don't
Hey, what's good? What?
There he is. Oh, he's still alive, I think. Here, let's see. Okay.
Die, you piece of shit. Holy cow.
Oh my god. What the hell? Alright, I should probably escape. Yeah, alright, you know what? I'm gonna escape. I'm out of here. Alright, let's just freaking leave. I killed the zombie and these guys are freaking hard to just roll over, bro. So, I think it's a good idea right away. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, shoot the damn like.
Most SCP anomalies and creatures' whereabouts are unknown, except for these next three creatures. These locations currently hold some of the most dangerous SCPs and are open to the public. These are three dangerous SCP creature locations open to the public. SCP-682. SCP-682 is a giant lizard-like being that hates and wants to destroy everything alive. It's very smart. It can also adapt to pretty much anything and regenerate even if most of its body is destroyed. It breaches containment often and kills a lot of people every time. Dozens of attempts have been made to terminate 682 via both mundane and anomalous methods, including many attempts to use other SCP objects against 682. Nothing has worked as of yet. 682 has always been observed to have extremely high strength, speed, and reflexes. 682's physical body grows and changes very quickly, growing or decreasing in size as it consumes or sheds material. 682 gains energy from anything it ingests, organic or inorganic. Digestion seems to be aided by a set of filtering gills inside of its nostrils, which are able to remove usable matter from any liquid solution, enabling it to constantly regenerate from the acid it is contained in. 682's regenerative capabilities and resilience are staggering, and 682 has been seen moving and speaking with its body 87% destroyed or rotted. Due to the highly aggressive, adaptive, and intelligent nature of 682, termination testing has been ordered, with clearance from O5 Command, with major concern raised about possibly developing immunities and possible adaptations. SCP-682 has been exposed to many other SCPs to destroy 682. 682 has shown very hard to be destroyed. Here are some of the termination tests. SCP-162 was put against SCP-682 to see if it could be destroyed. SCP-162 is a mass of fishhooks, fishing line, needles, scissors, and other sharp objects in a rough ball, close to 8 feet in width and 7 feet in height. After being in 162's vicinity, subjects have reported feeling drawn to the object in order to touch it. This desire can extend for several weeks after seeing the item, becoming an obsession in many cases. The draw increases the more 162 is observed, and subjects will become violent towards anyone attempting to restrain or remove them from 162. Touching 162 will immediately result in several hooks becoming embedded in the subject's skin. The experience is extremely painful, much more so than normal fish hooks. Struggling or attempting to escape will ensnare the subject more, likely resulting in the subject's complete entrapment on the surface of 162. Subjects will bleed profusely, resulting in death after a prolonged period of time. Here's the termination test record against 682. SCP-682 exposed to SCP-162. 682 begins thrashing violently, emitting several roaring sounds, and issuing profanity directed at the testing staff. 682 becomes entangled with 162, primarily in the lower body, head, and left forelimb. Entangled areas undergo massive trauma due to 682 thrashing. After 4 minutes of continuing exposure, 682 lunges away from 162, severing its lower jaw and left hind limb and causing serious tissue damage to many areas of its body. 162 remains attached to the left forelimb of 682. 682 breaks containment, using 162 against several agents, staff, and researchers, resulting in 11 deaths and 86 injuries. Forelimb and 162 removed from 682 during re-establishment of containment. 2 additional death records occurred during the recontainment of 162. 682 was found on Rossili Beach in Swansea, United Kingdom. SCP-2116. SCP-2116 is a child's doll manufactured sometimes in the mid-19th century. 2116 is dressed in a simple red cotton dress with cloth shoes and garments consistent with 19th century garb. The head is constructed of standard bisque porcelain and painted to resemble an adult female. 2116 is otherwise unremarkable in appearance, other than the accumulation of substantial amount of dirt and grime on the surface. The individual designated as 2116-1 is currently a female aged 20. If 2116 is further than 10 meters from the current 2116-1 for further than 5 minutes, its anomalous properties will manifest as an alteration to reality within a 1 meter radius centered on 2116 itself. The environment, decor, ambient temperature, and furnishings become altered to be more attractive to a young human female. Tables will be set with a pink tea set, with a teapot filled with a sweet red liquid. Various sweet treats will manifest, and the table cover will become a lace tablecloth of a style popular during the mid-19th century. For every hour that 2116 is not in the possession of 2116-1, the region of altered reality expands by 1 meter. Testing has shown that items removed from the region of the altered reality retain their altered properties, and food items created are non-toxic and will decay at the same rate as a normal item on the same type. SCP-2116 is never to be further than 10 meters away from SCP-2116-1 at any time. The individual designated as 2116-1 is currently a female aged 20. 2116-1 will never willingly part from 2116. When 2116-1 expires for any reason, a replacement must be found within 12 hours. The age of the individual designated as 2116-1 is not recorded. Testing is showing that when a suitable subject is found, the anomalous nature will subside. 2116-1 must be a female subject, as males seem to be unaffected by the anomalous nature of 2116. Once a suitable candidate has been located, 2116 is to be handed over the subject by a male researcher. SCP-2116 was first discovered when Foundation agents embedded in the State Patrol detected a call to investigate a house with a dead body. Foundation agents responded to the call and discovered the unknown home changed entirely. The entire house, which had been a ranch-style dwelling built in the 1960s, had been changed to a Victorian-style 2-story dwelling with a steeply pitched roof, wide front porch, and a turret-style gable on the front corner. All internal furnishings have been altered and featured sofas, paintings, and other items consistent with mid-19th century homes. Male. An autopsy revealed nothing unusual. The victim had apparently expired due to a sudden massive
Myocardial infraction. Interviews with the neighbors revealed that the occupant of the house had been an 11-year-old child. Statements indicated that the neighbors did not find anything unusual about a child living alone in the house. Research into the possible mimetic effects from 216 are still pending.
Yeah.
Neighbors state that as long as they have known the victim, she would never allow 2116 to be out of her grasp. Class B amnestics were administered to the neighbors, and city records were altered to show the house had always been a 2-story Victorian. During the recovery, agents noted the surroundings were being altered as they were investigating and proceeded with due haste. Agents became a casualty during the recovery process when she apparently removed 2116 from the grip of the victim. Agents accompanying her stay heard a scream from the upstairs bedroom and subsequently found an oil portrait of an agent dressed in mid-19.
Water and air, splitting their time between the two environments.
Let's
They
smoke
are
some
also
weed.
capable of vocalizations, using a larynx-like
Hey,
structure
Corey.
attached to
Hey.
primitive lungs. SCP-098 demonstrates pack hunting behavior when attacking prey. When specimens detect a prey animal, they will attempt to surround it. They will mimic the sounds made by the creature, apparently to confuse it or to draw it into position. When ready, one specimen will approach the prey animal. When its attention is fixed on the first specimen, other specimens will move behind the prey and attempt to cut the tendons of the legs or other limbs. They will continue to mimic the sounds the prey animal makes to disorient it. After making a cut, a specimen of SCP-098 will spit a viscous mucus over the wound. This substance hardens rapidly, preventing blood loss or infection. This continues until the prey animal is completely immobilized. At this point, specimens will begin to feed on the prey animal by cutting off small pieces of flesh. This begins with soft, readily accessible tissues, such as those of the face and extremities, before moving to other parts of the body. Specimens of SCP-098 only feed so long as the prey animal is capable of respiration. Feeding can last several hours or several days, depending on the size of the prey animal and the number of specimens present. Specimens of SCP-098 show some ability to communicate, alerting each other to the presence of threats or potential food over short distances. It was initially thought that SCP-098 might display human-level intelligence, but are now believed to merely parrot human speech. SCP-098 normally poses little threat to adult humans, preferring smaller prey, such as dogs, cats, and small pigs. However, they have attacked larger prey when a sufficient number of specimens were present, or else other food was unavailable. SCP-098 was discovered in Brazil after a rash of child disappearances. Addendum 098-1. SCP-098 is more intelligent than previously thought. They adapt quickly to changes in their environment, and have shown an ability to remember patterns, such as feeding and cleaning times.
I'll be back, Isaac.
To personnel entering their
Okay,
enclosure.
got it.
Cleaning
Chloe.
personnel must ensure that they regularly vary their routes through the enclosure to prevent incidents. Dr. Mann has taught several of them simple tricks, and they seem to understand the meaning of several commands. Testing will
Most devastating phone call of his entire life. His wife Janet had been killed in a terrible car accident. The police told him that a drunk driver had rammed into her car and killed her instantly. Herman was beside himself with grief. Janet was the love of his life, and he had no idea how he was going to live without her. The police had given him a few vague details about the accident. He felt that he really needed to know every detail of what had happened that night. He wasn't going to rest until he got to the bottom of it. He began to do his own investigating. He spent hours poring over the police reports and scouring the internet for information about the road and weather conditions on that night. But it was no use. He couldn't find anything more than what he already knew. He would just have to accept that he may never know. One evening, he was sitting watching TV when he heard someone knocking at his door. When he answered it, he saw two men in dark suits standing in the doorway. "Can I help you?" he asked them. "Are you Herman Spiegel?" one of them asked. He told them that he was, but what they had to say truly shocked him. They told him that he must immediately stop looking into the events of the night his wife died. He wondered how on earth they could have known, but they looked pretty serious, so he agreed to stop. It was a few months later when the sound of his phone ringing woke him in the middle of the night. He wondered who could be calling him at that hour. He answered the call. "Hello? Honey, it's me." His heart skipped a beat. He would recognize recognize that voice anywhere. It was his dead wife, Janet, calling him. Welcome back to SCP Exposed. Today we bring you the Euclid class subject SCP-2922. But before I go on, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any more SCP stories. SCP-2922 is a method of communication from a human mind to a telephone. Once a human is implanted with SCP-2922, it will be able to make phone calls to a pre-established phone number at any time. The method by which the phone receives these calls is not entirely understood, as it does not involve standard telecommunication signals. It was initially developed as a novelty smartphone app, but the project was promptly discontinued when it was discovered that actual telepathy, not the natural electricity of the brain, were involved, and the prototype was never released. Despite its nature as an app, a landline can be designated as the destination number as well. SCP-2922-A is a telephone model commonly seen in office building environments. It is the destination number for SCP-2922-B, a Foundation scientist who volunteered to be implanted with SCP-2922. Her name is Dr. Janet Spiegel. SCP-2922-C is believed to be an extra-dimensional realm. Since the 25th of November 2014, it has been the location of Dr. Janet Spiegel. The special containment procedures are that SCP-2922-A is to remain at Area 2922. At least one Project Corbinic staff member must be ready to answer transferred calls from it 24 hours a day. SCP-2922-B's research of SCP-2922-C is to continue as a Delta-level priority to the Foundation. Details of the 2922 memetic implantation procedure are restricted to Project Corbinic internal operations staff only. Selection for a 2922 implanted candidate to take the place of SCP-2922-B is underway. On the 25th of November 2014, 2 months into the implant, 2922-B was killed.
It's time to test you with another SCP. Follow me. Okay. Is it this way? Yeah, keep going straight. In here. So Corey, do I just go in? Yeah, basically. Hi. Hi. What am I supposed to do, Corey? Basically. Walk towards her. Are you supposed to be an anime chick or... Yeah, basically. Okay. What SCP are you? SCP... 835. Okay. What SCP are you? I'm SCP-00001.J. I'm the son of the Scarlet King. Cool. Well, since nothing's happening, I guess that's all we can do. Come on. I guess, yeah, for now. See ya. Excuse me. Let's head back to my cell, I guess. How the fuck did Koi get here so quickly? Oh well.
But to CA3. Known information. The Unusual Incidents Unit was alerted to CA3's existence on September 7th, 1954, when students attending
High School reported that the interior of the building was vastly different than it had been at any point in the past. Upon discovery, CA3 exhibited several unusual, if not inherently paranormal, traits. Nearly all walls in the facility had been replaced with steel-reinforced concrete, although several rooms were constructed of other materials for no readily apparent reason. All exterior windows had been covered from the inside. All student desks, personal effects, textbooks, and other materials expected of a public high school were completely absent.